So I think that we could all agree here that Deadpool and Wolverine is the one MCU movie for 2024 that Disney is banking on. In fact, it is going to be the only one in existence for this year, and that had a lot to do with, by the way, the writer's strike and everything happening with SAG that happened throughout 2023. And basically, 2025 is going to be full of expensive failures, especially for Marvel Studios. We all know it. They know it. This is all judging from what's been going on with Captain America 4 and all the setbacks, and Ali really creating a lot of problems, or I shouldn't say creating, but really going up against Disney based on what they've been creating, all the drama that they've been creating for Blade 2025. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. So, yes, Deadpool and Wolverine, the main reason why Trailer 1 and Trailer 2 are things that have been far more entertaining than anything Marvel-related in recent years, apart from Loki Season 2. I mean, that's a great exception. But apart from that, there's been a lot of failures as of late when it comes to everything Marvel. And that had a lot to do with the fact that Ryan, Shawn, and crew, like the writers, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, they gained a lot of creative power over the marketing campaign for Deadpool and Wolverine, and that really is why the trailers were just, in my opinion, superb and very well laid out, very well edited together, and really just sent the fans a message that this is all pure entertainment. Now, focusing on what's been going on, unfortunately, behind the scenes when it comes down to the Deadpool and Wolverine drama, and yes, it is continuing and seemingly getting a little bit worse in different areas, with all divisions at the Walt Disney Company going through multiple challenges due to Bob Iger's cost containment plan. One major development now involves more to do with actor Ryan Reynolds and his ongoing battle with Disney after Bob Iger and Kevin Feige recently doubled down on reviving the gender-swapped Wolverine character for Deadpool and Wolverine. One shocking turn of events now is that both Iger and Feige are pushing to insert the deleted scene that Ryan and director Shawn Levy rightfully excluded from the actual film, the theatrical release that was going to feature Wolverine getting destroyed in a battle against a literal gender-swapped version of the character from a different universe, losing to a fight against the character codenamed Wolverina. Now, this scene initially was deleted from the final cut of the film and will no longer be heading into the theaters. However, both Iger and Feige are now doubling down at full force to revive the scene in the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine director's cut that Shawn Levy wants to release by this holiday season, around December, that will include over 30 whole minutes worth of footage. However, Bob Iger and Kevin Feige are now officially moving forward with inserting all the scenes for the characters labeled as Wolverina, where she is considered to be a loyal to Cassandra Nova, where she reportedly is a female variant of Wolverine that hunts down all Wolverines throughout the multiverse. This was the original story plan by Kevin Feige to insert yet again another powerful female figure just for the sake of doing so, that caused backlash, and rightfully so, by those like Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Shawn Levy, Rhett Reese, and Paul Wernick. The gender-swapped Wolverine scenes are said to consist of 3 major clips scattered, where she fights Jackman's version of the character and even kills another Wolverine from a different universe on screen that was said to be played by a well-known actor apart from Henry Cavill, who is still set to play another variant in the theaters. However, now Bob and Kevin are moving ahead with showing no sign of backing down, to actually throw this scene into the director's cut of the film, and to also use Wolverina, quote-unquote, as a new marketing strategy to introduce her in the director's cut, followed up by appearances in animated form in new X-Men 97 seasons, by use of the multiverse. Ryan and Shawn are already reportedly raising hell with Disney after they decided to move ahead with these plans, and it's already creating serious conversations from Ryan Reynolds to back, of course, away from the true Deadpool 3 film, since Deadpool and Wolverine is officially not considered the third movie. And by the way, let me just make this very, clear to everybody. Deadpool and Wolverine, it's true, it's not the third movie per se. Shawn Levy did say this does not conclude the Deadpool trilogy, so to speak. It's not considered the third of the franchise. It's considered just a side movie or something that stands on its own. And so that's why they want to make a third film after this one. And at the end of the day, let's face it, that's going to be a lot of trouble when it comes to Disney, because we already know that they've created a lot of drama, and they caved to a lot of Ryan and Shawn's demands, and thankfully so, because they're the ones that stood up against Disney to get them to agree and to say, alright, we'll do whatever you have to do to make this a hard R movie, as in a hard R rating, to have whatever you have to go in there with. But they did exclude some scenes that Disney felt were too excessive. Like I said earlier, in May, they deleted Wolverine's World War II scenes, World War I scenes, even ones in the Civil War in Vietnam that were very violent, that got completely axed by Bob Iger and Kevin Feige. But moving ahead, the Wolverine character is not to be confused with Lady Deathstrike or X-23. Now, Lady Deathstrike is, yes, said to be making an appearance, thankfully so, in a fair way thanks to Shawn Levy. However, this Wolverine character was strictly a Disney creation that was pushed by Kevin and loosely based on the Wolverine parody comic, I don't know if you guys remember that from many years ago, as a form of inspiration. Reynolds is also giving Disney a serious warning that he is now ready to step down from Avengers Secret Wars, and has already been attempting to convince Jackman to do the same if Disney keeps up with their shenanigans. And though Ryan and team, of course, have had many victories over Disney in recent months to prevent as much DEI agenda elements as possible from entering into the film, this could very well be the one major loss in their battle against Disney. And look, I mean, I gotta really give a lot of claps to people like Henry Cavill, to Ryan Reynolds, just to name a few there. These are the types of actors that really stand up against studios and say, not with my movie, not with my franchise. And that's what they're doing now. Now, we know that Henry Cavill's caught up with a lot of drama with what's been going on with Warhammer 40k. We have a lot more to talk about that as well later in the month. Stay tuned on that. But Ryan Reynolds, alright, we've talked about the whole Henry Cavill situation. He is still slated to portray a variant of Wolverine. Disney shaved down the amount of screen time for himself in Deadpool and Wolverine drastically, which I thought was very unfair. That is something that happened after a recent test screening, and they felt that Cavill and his acting just wasn't meeting some of the actual sequences. And that's where it really makes you begin to question yourself about when it comes down to Disney. Now look, we know the budget of this movie was pretty excessive when it comes to Deadpool and Wolverine. Will they be able to make this into a box office success? We'll have to wait and see come late July. But overall, I think we've had a lot of great examples here of Bob Iger and Kevin Feige really just trying to shoehorn their agenda into anything Marvel related, Star Wars related, or just Disney live action remakes, whatever it may be. They're showing no signs of backing down, and the basic game that they've been playing is that sometimes they'll back off a little bit to kind of trick the audience into believing, oh, maybe they're making some change now, but they're not at the end of the day. So overall, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, let me know what you guys have to say about the whole scenario related to Ryan, and I'll catch you guys later.